Hey, how's it going everybody? Sigma has finally hit the PTR and we can now go over all of his abilities and try to figure out some great strategies with him. First off, Sigma is a tank hero and he seems pretty durable. He has 300 health with 100 shields that recharge just like Zarya. His primary weapon is called Hyperspheres and it has a short range similar to Zarya's left click. It just shoots out 2 exploding projectiles straight forward, and they can even bounce off walls. These do a pretty good amount of damage on direct hits, and they also have a tiny bit of splash or AoE damage to them. You never have to reload with it, and if you can land your shots, they take care of squishy heroes really quickly. The only real drawback to this weapon is that it's not very strong against breaking barriers, and it doesn't have a whole lot of range. For his right-click experimental barrier, you hold down the button and you will shoot the barrier forward for as long as possible or until you release your right-click. It has 1500 health, so it can really block a lot of damage before it goes down. You can take the barrier down at any time and let it recharge, similar to Reinhardt. This barrier has more durability than Orissa's, and since it isn't based on a cooldown, it's much easier to reposition yourself without any worry. The only thing that you will have to do is just manage your own shield durability just like how you would with Reinhardt. His shift ability is Kinetic Grasp, which will absorb any incoming damage and then turn it into shields similar to Lucio's ultimate. This is your main defensive ability that should be used if your shield is gone or if you are in a really tight spot. This can be a great way to absorb damage similar to D.Va's defense matrix. It can absorb up to 400 damage, but it won't negate any of the abilities, so it does have a limit. This can only be used directly in front of you where you are aiming, and it has a pretty short range. You can try to put yourself in the way of enemies so you can absorb as much as you can. However, I think this ability is best used as a last resort defensive that can help you in dangerous situations. You can also use this ability to absorb Roadhog hooks, and it will cancel out the hook entirely. This is something that can be pretty helpful against the Orisa Roadhog team comps. For his E ability, he throws a rock, but it's a giant rock. It deals a pretty decent amount of damage, but it also knocks enemies back and can interrupt abilities. This is a great way to peel and get enemies off of you, or you can try to use it as a disrupt. It does take a short second to charge this ability up, so always keep that in mind. One cool thing about this ability is that it can't be deflected by Genji, and it can't be eaten by defense matrix from D.Va, so it can be a great way to stop those annoying abilities that get in your way. His ultimate, Gravitic Flux, allows for you to fly around for a short duration of 5 seconds, and then you can select a large area on the ground. Enemies caught in this area are lifted and suspended in the air, and then are slammed down onto the ground. Enemies who get slammed on the ground get dealt 50% of their health as damage. So this ability has so much potential and it can be combined with all sorts of abilities. First off, the 50% health as damage is insane. Using this on tanks will make them super easy to kill. Some things to know is that Orisa will not be affected if she has Fortify, so you should try to make her use that ability first. Secondly, if a Bastion is in turret mode, he will still get lifted into the air. This could be an amazing ult to use against Bunker, since you should be able to lift their entire team considering how Bunker always sticks together. This may be the counter to Bunker that everybody needs, and it should change the meta around a lot once this hits live. Comboing Sombra EMP with his ultimate will be devastating, but a lot of other abilities will work great with him as well. Just being able to lift the enemies into the air so they are not protected by any barriers will make them very easy to kill. Any hit scan heroes like Widowmaker or Ashe will have a very easy time hitting these enemies stuck in the air. I think Sigma will be great as a main tank, as another option instead of Reinhardt. He definitely feels powerful, but his ultimate would be the main reason to choose this hero. The ultimate seems like it would be busted when used properly, and it's really fun to use. This will definitely have a huge impact on the game, so farming the ultimate charge will be your #1 priority. You deal a lot of damage with your left click, so as long as you can hit shots, you should be able to farm your ultimate really quickly. Personally, I'm really looking forward to this new hero. He is a ton of fun to play. I'll be sure to work on a more advanced Sigma video in the future, but that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.